Hello everyone, this is Shiraz Ahmad Khan. Today's video lecture, it revolves around a single topic, that is how to name cell or more than cells in Microsoft Excel. We will understand that how do we name a single or more than one cells, and we'll also discuss that why do we do this. So in order to understand this concept, we are going to open a CSV file in the task 20D, that is sales.csv. So let's open this file from the source files folder for chapter 20, sales.csv. Here we have that file. Now once the file is opened, in order to clearly view that what it contains, let's auto-fit the whole sheet to the contents. And once everything is visible, instead of understanding the contents, that what do they say, today our focus will be on naming the cells. Let's see that how can we name a cell or cells, and then we'll see that why we are doing this. So what the task says, that name cell B1 to unit. Let's see where we have, this is B1, and we are asked to name it to unit. Already in the name box you can see that its name is B1, but we are asked to rename this B1 to unit. So we are going to rename this cell from B1 to the word or the label unit. There are two methods of doing this. One method is right click onto the cell B1, and from this context menu, the second last option is define name. Actually, we are going to give it a different name. Currently its name is B1 as the name box shows, but we are going to rename it to the word unit. So click this option, the second last, define name. You'll see a dialog box with the caption new name. So replace whatever is written in front of this box of the word name, replace it with the word unit as per the statement of the task says, and finally click. Currently we are not discussing these, that this scope will be confined to this workbook or to this sheet only, and refers to, it actually says that this unit name, it's referring to the column B1 in the sheet sales. So finally click OK button. The dialog box will disappear, and you'll observe one change, that now if you click B1 in the name box, instead of B1, now we are able to see the word unit because we have recently renamed it. Next, name cells. Previously we renamed a single cell, that was B1. Now we are asked to rename more than one cells to one single name, from the cells A5 to C7. A5 to C7. So here we have A5, and from this point, this is the cell C7. So select all of these cells together, right click onto these cells, again click define name. The same dialog box is appearing, and replace whatever is already there with the word rate. Now we have successfully, once again, look, the scope, it's confined to workbook. It means that this name would be valid if you try to use it in any of the sheets of this current workbook. And it refers to the sales sheet and from cells A5 to C7. Finally, click OK button. Look, because we have named 9 cells to one cell, and if you click individually onto any of these cells, it will show you the name of that particular cell. But if you select them as a whole, it will show you the name of the whole range of the cells. Next, name cells B11 to G18 to the word sold. B11 to G18. So here we have, first of all, B11 to, and this is G18. So select the whole range of cells, right click onto it, and finally click define name. And replace whatever is already there with the word that is sold. And one thing I would like to highlight here is that in the task, the words sold, rate, and unit, they are enclosed in single quotes, but it doesn't mean that we are going to type the way they are written. The single quotes are just to differentiate these nouns from rest of the statement of the question. So viewers, we learned how to name cells by. Now we are going to discuss that why do we name cells. This is something that is logical. So let's discuss it in detail. Viewers, we name cells actually if you know in advance that you are going to use range of cells or more than one cells time and time again in your sheet. So instead of typing the range of cells time and time again, you can use the name of that range. For example, if we want to calculate the sum of these values, or if you want to add the values, so instead of typing this range in that particular function or formula, you can just write the name sold. I mean to say that instead of directing Excel that calculate the sum of values from B11 to G18 every time, you'll have to type these values. Moreover, because if you are typing it, chances of mistakes are there. It's a lengthy procedure as well. And most importantly, you'll have to remember every time. If you have a huge list of values, you'll have to remember every time, and you'll have to sometimes scroll up or down to recall that which values you want to sum up or multiply or whatever you want to do. So instead of recalling, instead of this retyping, and instead of making mistakes every time while typing the range, the best method is to, if you know in advance that you are going to use this range of values time and time again in your sheet or in some other sheet of the same workbook, the best option is to name this range of values once, and next time, instead of using this range in your formula or function, just replace this cell range or range of cells with the word sold. So that's it for today, viewers. Finally, save this CSV file as an Excel sheet by clicking Excel workbook from the Save As type. Do not change the name. There is no need to do it. And finally click Save button. So today we learned, let's recapitulate today's video, that we learned just one thing regarding naming the cells. Why do we need it? And how to name a single cell or more than one cells. Hope to see you again. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.